someone who learned about my medical condition, someone who over all these years knew more about my body with my spinal cord injury than anyone else. And yet, they were calling my doctor, they were doing all these things for me. I had no voice, I had no power. And that's what's called the medical model. The consumer directed model is so different, and it's it's like a reclamation of self, to be able to just say, I want this person to come to my house at this time, is such a different paradigm. It changes everything to the agency model, and it just seems like we always talk about what time you have to go to bed or what time to get up. But most people don't realize how important that is. Most people don't really think about the food that they eat, and if you needed the assistance in cooking that food. Would you want that food to be cooked exactly the way you want it? It's different when you cook your own food. It's different when you get dressed and you say, you know what, I want my pants to be this way. You want to be able to have the rapport with that person. It's very important to think about what you would want. Consumer directed personal assistance is certainly something that takes a certain amount of cognitive ability. You not only need to be able to organize your environment, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have to be able to say, okay, I want to know who I want to come. I want to be able to ask the right questions to make sure that I'm hiring the right person. I want to be able to have enough spirit, to deal with supervising a person, because you really have to give someone the impression of what it is that you want and need. You also have to be able to give them feedback, pro and con, to say, well, I really want it done in this way. You also have to be able to fill out paperwork. In the consumer directed program, the fiscal intermediary, which is the company that helps get all the bureaucracy out of the way, there's still paperwork to be signed. There's timesheets that have to be filled out. And if someone's not able to handle that, then perhaps they need someone called a designated representative
Mm-hmm.
who could do that for them. Generally, a designated representative is someone who would be completely responsible for facilitating the program. But in many cases, I've seen a complete team effort
Mm-hmm.
where you might have the parent of a child with a disability, where the child still would need to like and
Mm-hmm.
want to have a person that they have the rapport with, but the parent is definitely doing the bureaucratical side and making sure that all the pieces are in place. Well, on its surface, again, the choices that are made in the home care agency are made for you, and they're made for your medical benefit.
Mm-hmm.
In many ways, you're viewed as what your quote unquote illness is, what your disability, what your needs are, but you're not viewed as a whole person. And when you step back and think about what you would want for yourself, under consumer direction, you really have the capacity to do what you would like for yourself. It's, I don't know, it's very hard to explain when you think about, just, I'm trying to go beyond the choice of person.
Mm-hmm.
But, to be able to just, again, have the person do things the way that you want versus what the agency trained for. To be able to have a one-on-one rapport. In an agency model, there's something called record and report, because it is a whole hierarchy going back up to the nurse. What's gorgeous about the consumer-directed model is you are in control of your body, you're in control of your home, you're in control of your scheduling. So you and your worker are just completely in tune with each other. You don't have to worry about someone being annoyed about the fact that they have to go to another patient that they don't like. You literally bargain directly with that person. It's just, I don't know, it's just unbelievable how different it